We'll just let you tell everyone a little about yourself, and we'll start from there.
No.
No.
You guys, I don't know. Like, what do you,
Well, you
what do you want to know?
Well, you're a professional comedian.
Right.
And you,
Yep.
I know you've toured with some big names. One of them was Dave Chappelle.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So I guess what got you into comedy?
Probably like 15 years ago, my ex-wife and I and her best friend, who was like the super put together, like competent, like master's degree in like urban planning chick, went and saw Norm Macdonald doing a show. And like after the show, like she absolutely fucked him. So I was like, what? I should do comedy. No, that's not the only, like I always kind of wanted to do comedy, but I did theater when I was younger, and I was moving to LA, and then like 9/11 happened. I was literally on the way to LA.
How old were you then?
23.
Okay,
Yeah,
so about
23.
the same age. A little older than that,
Yeah. So, but I was literally on the way, stopped in Memphis, got a hotel room, woke up the next morning, turned the TV on, and like the towers were falling.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this might be a sign. I think I'll head back home. So I came back here and finished college, got married, like had kids, and that all fell apart. I mean, the kids are fine, but like the marriage went to shit, like it did. And so I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go try comedy. So I did, and for whatever reason, I took to it, and I don't know, I was always, like I did a lot of theater when I was younger and all that kind of stuff, so the transition wasn't as tough for me as it is for some people. But I don't know, I just got into it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just going to do this.
That's cool. Yeah, I started acting too. So I started acting about 8 years ago, and then started doing comedy about a year and a half ago. And it's I think coming from an acting background is a lot easier than just jumping right into it. And
you got that chin, so acting's like for you. Like
but I love comedy, man. I actually like it more.
Yeah, it's the thing that I like about comedy is it's freedom to do. Like you write it, you block it. It's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to worry about if some dude who wrote a play in 1936 wrote a joke that's still going to stand up now.
Right.
It's if it doesn't work, it's on me. But if it works, it's all me. So I can be like, I did this shit.
One person show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think that's what I enjoy about it. It's real challenging. It's like a Rubik's Cube.
Not really. It's pretty easy. No, I'm kidding. No, it is. No, that's one of the things. Like it really is. It's a challenge, and it constantly humbles you.
Yeah.
Because no matter how good of a run you go on, you'll catch a rough one every now. Like you can never beat. And I don't mean like bombing. Like that's not like you get to a certain point where you're not just gonna go on stage and like start having flop sweats and a panic attack.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah.
But it's always like there's always a new challenge. There's always gonna be that night where it just wasn't what you expected to be. Like you, like I think you were there too. We did that show over at what's the name of that place? Anyways, it wasn't fun. Like, it was in Kernersville, some brewery. Yeah. We were doing that show that the Idiot Box had put together.
It was fun, yeah.
Wicked
and but
brewery.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, we're not plugging that place. Screw them. That was a dirtbag show, anyways. No, it wasn't. It was the show was fine and all, but the audience was cold. It was windy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was like the sun was blinding half the audience for the first half of the show. It wasn't ideal conditions. So none of us, I feel like, did that show and afterwards were like, this is why I do comedy. Like, it was fine, but like you walk off a set like that and you're like, oh wow, that was just autopilot the whole time.
I had a lot of fun with it, but that was only my like second or third show.
Like how many sets have you done where you got to do that much time?
Well, 5 minutes. I've done several.
Oh, you only did 5 on that?
Yeah.
Why did I think you did longer?
I was just a guest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I write a lot, so I've got a lot.
It felt long because it was cold as fuck.
I mean, that might honestly, that's probably part of it. That and his jokes, but like it was both. But no, like you had a good set. Like so, how many sets have you done now?
I've done several sets at Mike's, open mics,
right. But like actual show sets.
I think I've done like 2 or 3 showcases and 3 shows, and I just did the UCC.
How'd that go?
Went good. I passed the first level.
Rock on. Yeah, that's as far as comedy contests go, that's one of the better ones. But they're all bullshit. Like they're terrible. They're not. I mean, Jenny has made special effort to make sure it's not as easy to win the whole thing by bringing the most people and all that kind of stuff. But it's still, to some extent, you can kind of rig the thing. And like used to be this contest, like North Carolina's Funniest, that this club called DSI in Chapel Hill did for years. And this lady who had never done comedy before came in. Like, I don't think she had a laugh ever in the entire contest and won the whole thing of North Carolina's Funniest.
That's weird.
She didn't speak great English, and like she had but she packed the place out and straight through. I mean, there were some funny comics in that contest, and didn't matter.
I think in the UCC they only do crowd judging on the first round. I think after that it's all professional judges.
It's a mix. It's but
which again, I like.
But she also, even for the first round, makes it so, like, I don't know if they did it this year, but in the past what she had done is had where the comics got to push through people. If anybody got kind of shorted, all the comics also got to vote, and whoever got the top comic votes that didn't advance also advanced. So I don't know if she's still doing that, but that was what she had done in the past.
This year they just had a list of all the people who were going up, and then you just
now it sucks then. She's gone back to a bullshit contest. Screw you, Jenny.
Yeah, you picked
I think it's good.
Top
I
four.
like it, yeah.
You did top four.
Top four, yeah.
I tried to be sincere with all of my votes, including Neil's. That's why I didn't vote for Neil. No, I'm just playing.
Thanks, man. I appreciate the support.
I mean,
Actually, I tried to legitimately vote. Like, in my head, I went through each one and tried to, like, legitimately, as I was doing it, I didn't know what to do, so I just, like, put little circles. Like, if they actually legitimately made me laugh, I did a little circle.
Yeah, and if I went up there and ate shit the whole time, I would expect people to not vote for me, even the people that were supporting me.
Right, but like a lot of people that enter those contests bring 20 people and they tell their friends to vote down whoever, like, they don't usually, it's like the funniest person, like, is kind of, that person's going to get through, whoever had the best set. But like second through fifth, they're like, hey man, don't vote for that guy. That guy's a dick. I'm just telling y'all, he's kind of an asshole. Like, even if he's funny, he's a dick. And you'll see it happen all the time.
Well, that's anything though. There's so many things in life that are subjective.
Everything's bullshit. So.
Right. Well, to an extent, for sure.
But I try to do that. If they legitimately made me laugh, I just try to come up with some type of check system and go through it. And I don't know. There was actually some good stuff.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good. The night that I went up, it was good. We had a lot of good comics. It was fun. And we had a good audience too. So it was. I mean, it was a little bit. The audience was good, but they were a little bit reserved. It's like they were a polite audience. Like their laughs were more controlled.
Yeah. Well,
but it was good. It was fun though.
That can be demographics.
Oh
yeah,
that sure.
Can be
that happens.
The age of the audience, and so a lot of times, especially at a bringer contest like that, the audience members, a lot of them have never seen live comedy, and people who go see live comedy a lot. If any of you guys, I don't know if you guys ever spent a whole lot of time at the Comedy Zone here, back when it used to stay packed out all the time.
I've been there several times in the past,
But people who go to comedy shows regularly go, one, because they have such a good time, and it's usually because they're like laughers, and when something makes them giggle, they make noise. Like and so you sort of get trained to be a comedy audience. That's why if you go to the Midwest, where comedy is a thing people do, like as a go out on Friday night kind of thing. Okay. Like in the South, it's partially because people don't drink as much, but also just because there aren't as many comedy venues. Yeah. When people talk about what you're going to do on Friday, like, I don't know, we could go to a movie, we could have dinner. Well, in the Midwest, because there's so many comedy venues and it's so much a part of the culture, going to see a comedy show is on that list.
Interesting.
So the crowds are better, they're bigger, and they're better trained. So you can have what would be your best set ever here, there, and
just crush it.
It's like, it's just not, like, those audiences are so good that you'll think you're killing it, even when to them you're just doing all right.
Oh, okay.
So it's almost, it feels like almost a cheat code. Like, I don't understand why anybody records comedy albums in the South. So.
Yeah, for me, and limited experience, but I've had some really good sets with regular audiences, and it's that first joke, if it hits good, and they really react. It's like something happens, like in your brain, like you connect to this audience, and then you're just on this ride with them, and it's
all in your brain.
Fun, man.
It's all in your brain. Because the thing, you'll notice this: if you watch a comic go on stage and their first couple of jokes don't work, a little energy comes out of them. And when energy comes out of the comic, it comes out of the crowd. Yeah. And down and down. And I'm not talking about like big over the top performer comics, even just when people are having a regular conversation.
Anytime, yeah.
Like if we were talking right here and every time I said something, you guys were like, I don't know, man, that sounds like bullshit. Like eventually I'd be over here being like, well, yeah, so that happens to comics. It's all psychological. But you see dudes that go on stage and there's just never an ounce of fear. It doesn't matter what the crowd's doing.
Yeah.
Those guys tend to do better just because it doesn't but even the most like hardcore, I've been doing this for 20 years guys, like you can still see it a little bit usually.